Well, George is an extraordinary, exemplary gentleman. He grew up in Coney Island, the child of Mexican-American immigrants who were from the Yucatan. He grew up with Spanish as his first language, so he was very aware of what it's like for a child to go to school with English as the second language. And his compassion for children, his compassion for his very special place in the world.
I never had any plans for this. I just knew that at that moment in the beginning I wanted to be a painter. And I painted a lot. And I was sure I'm going to be a painter. But then the reality of struggling, I felt and living through the Depression, I wanted to make sure that I could work and earn a living. So I started to focus on graphic design, which I liked. And my first job was with the New York Times. Then one day, I was 30 by then, and I was art director, executive art director for an agency, and I felt that if I don't try this little dream of mine, freelance photography, and I thought of my father who wasn't able to let go of that Friday paycheck, I said, I'm going to try. One of the artists that I worked with at Esquire and his wife did children's books. And we were having lunch one day, and she said, you know, George, I'd like to do a book with photographs instead of drawings. What do you think? I said, well, I don't know. I've never done that before. So let's try it. We did it, and it came out very nicely and got published. And after our third book, the editor says, George, why don't you try writing? Who, me, write? I don't know how to write. I mean, I can photograph, I can draw, but writing. But George, if you did the text, you'd get the other 50% of the royalty. So I wrote a book, and they published it. I'm an author, wow. So I just finished my 115th book, of which half of them I've written, and the other half are collaborations.
For me, George is a storyteller, and he tells stories about people, and he tells stories about community, and he tells stories about people doing things together and their relationships, and whether he's talking or whether he's telling his books, it's a story. I mean, he's written so many stories, and there's some of them that I still of his older ones that I know that are, the message still resonates, like working together, having the pleasure of creating together.
I've done enough books in Santa Fe that people know me, and it's very nice. I love to get hugs, you know?